everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Hope everybody is doing well. Well, you know where I'm at on the clock, right? But I want to say Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about my journey. And so, how I became a member of Mochi Health was somehow I was on YouTube and there was a young lady that was telling her story about um, using terzepatide through Mochi Health. And I had been back and forth, about if I should do it, if I shouldn't do it, if it was something that was for me. Um, when you come from a very heavy family and you may be the smallest one, but you still heavy, right? Um, it used to terrify me about becoming so overweight and then becoming real sick and obese and all of these things that come along with obesity. And I just I wanted this journey to happen, and I wanted it to happen kind of fast, right? I mean, we all been there. When we get on these journeys, we want to see results right then and there. That's the time we're living in now. And so I started this journey February the 14th was when my Mochi Health vow came. And the first 4 weeks of my journey, I guess I should give myself a little bit of grace now that I'm talking about it out loud. The first 4 weeks of my journey, um, I was taking 2.2 milligrams. Now, don't ask me how I got that in units on the syringe. I have no idea how I got that mixed up. And so I had been taking the wrong dosage for a whole month, right? And so I was able to get back on track in March. March started a journey where I was able to do my um, 22 units on my Mochi Health journey. And so I started this journey at 244 pounds, 244 pounds, right? And so with the 244 pounds, um, I guess I wanted to see, the rapid weight loss and see if that was the case until I had my first consultation. And the consultation says, you know, you really got to be the one that takes charge. This will help with the appetite, but you have to be the one to gain that self control. So she said something like, instead of eating three cookies, eat two cookies. Instead of eating two cookies, now eat one cookie. You have to get on this journey. So what I did was I really started losing the weight on my own before I started Mochi Health. And by the time I started Mochi Health, I started at 244 and I was down to 230. And so that was back in February. And so I've been on this journey from February the 14th. I'm really going to say March. I'm really going to say March. I did not do right. I wasn't putting the right dosage in. And so um, fast forwarding to the month of March, I was taking it the right dosage and everything, and I could start feeling the difference. I could feel that I wasn't hungry. I could feel I had a little boost of energy. I could feel like certain foods, like I would see stuff that I like cakes, like the little pound cake, little Twinkies, stuff like that. And it would my mouth would feel funny. It's a psychological thing. And so I was like, I don't want that. Just the thought of it, just the thought of certain foods was just that I loved so much was just turning me off completely. I was just like, nope, can't do it. And I said, okay, so this is what this is really all about when they talk about it, trick the brain cells. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I could do this. I could do this, you know. And so then I joined the gym. I started going to the gym. I also have a treadmill and a stepper at home, you know, the step thing like this at home. And so with that, I'm like, hey, let's get it popping. So now I am standing still at 220 pounds. And this is my fourth month, right? And so I can my clothes tell the difference. Like I'm losing more inches than I'm losing pounds. And I don't take in carbs. Today was the first time, yep, today and last night was the first time I had carbs in months. And so I'm like, why am I feeling like I'm still just standing still? I feel the difference. My clothes are really getting baggy, you know, things that was wearing every day, you know, and you just like, ooh, you know, but now it's just like I could feel the difference in my clothing. But to me, this just to me, and I'll share a picture. On Saturday, I went out with a friend, and when I went out with her, um, in my mind, I just did not feel like I was where I really wanted to be. Um, I'll put this picture up here. This was Saturday. That was Saturday right there. This is me right here in the pink. Oh boy, where's the camera? Yeah, that's me in the pink right there. Right. So you see that? Now in my mind, there it is. I just don't feel like that I look like, I mean, my stomach is flatter. I can look down and I can see everything below. And so I don't know. My body is going slow at this for some reason. And so I'm really trying to stay, you know, motivated on this journey. I'm going to show a couple of more pictures that I took on Saturday before I left to go out. Um, I don't know if it's the clothes. I don't know. But that's me Saturday before I went out. And then there it is again, right? And so I'm not sure. I'm just not sure um, what it is that's making this look extra slow for some reason to me. And so I'm staying as motivated on this journey as I possibly can. I really, really am. And so I want to say to anybody that's taking this journey, be patient with yourself because everybody's journey is different. Let me clarify, right? Everybody's journey is different. Nobody's journey is the same. And I had to get out of my head paying attention to the other person that got me on this journey versus um, what was working for me. And so I'm looking for, here is last Sunday. That's last Sunday. Now this is a two-piece suit, a brand new two-piece suit that I ordered from Amazon in a hurry. Let me clarify, in a hurry. And everybody was like, "Oh, where does cat come from?" Everybody was like, "You know, you looking good." You know, things like that. And so in my mind, I'm saying something ain't right, you know. And so um that being said, I had to not compare myself to somebody else's journey. Bottom line, I have to pace myself, go at the pace that works for me, not the pace that works for somebody else. Right. And so I remember getting my blood work done in March, and they were like, you got all this protein in your urine, all this protein flowing in your body. And what it was, you're supposed to fast 12 hours, not 8 hours. So I drank a protein shake while I was at work that night. And that next morning at 8 o'clock, I went and had blood work done. So now I have to have my blood work done over. I bought me a blood glucose machine. I'm not a diabetic, never been diagnosed as a diabetic. Um, but when you're on this journey, you just want to make sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed. Why? Because when I went to have my blood work done, they said that my blood glucose numbers were elevated. And I was like, what? I didn't even know I had blood glucose, And so, anyway, long story short, I was like, okay, so next month I'll go back for another fast, this time a real fast, and have the blood work done. Right. So I just want to say, pace yourself on your journey. Right. And I think when people are saying things like, oh, you look good, or and it's like, you got to change that mindset again. You got to get that mindset now that I'm making moves on this journey, but I'm not where I want to be after 4 months of being on this journey. Exclude February, 3 months of being on this journey now. And I say it out loud. And so I go to the gym. I've changed my eating habits. I've increased more water. I've increased more protein. I've made a small thing of spaghetti. Let me show you guys something. And I've already been at work almost 8 hours. Right. And so I brought this. You see this? That's spaghetti, and that's ground turkey. That right there is ground turkey. You see there. And I haven't eaten it yet. I haven't. And so what I did eat was a green salad with tuna in it. And that was right around 4:45, 5 o'clock. Right. And so I keep saying, why did I bring this? I told myself, I said, what, you don't eat this? I'm not eating nothing after 8 o'clock. This is not going to happen. So this is going to be in my lunch bag. So some other things that I brought along with me was these little protein meat sticks. Right. I brought these, or just really just one or two of them. And these are really good and they're really filling. But if you're not careful, it'll give you heartburn. And something I haven't done since I've been on this journey. I'm trying, y'all. I'm really trying. I'm trying. I bought grapes. Green grapes. Okay, these are actually the cotton candy grapes. I'm trying them, and they're really sweet. I don't like sour candy, sour anything. And it's funny because I love lemon. Crazy, right? But anyway, long story short, you have to pace yourself on your journey. Flat out, you have to pace yourself on your journey. You got to encourage yourself. Don't let the hurrahs of people, because sometimes people will be like, "You doing good? You look good. You know," because they don't know. They really don't know. And sometimes people say that because they think they really encouraging you and things like that. But that's not always the case, and it don't always work. Not for me, anyway. I received the encouragement. Thank you. Da, da, da. But you have to encourage yourself on this journey. You got to push yourself on this journey. You got to say, look, girl, you got this. And you keep going until you start seeing the results that you want to see. And I'm not saying kill yourself, because when I went for my last checkup on last Wednesday, She said, well, why you rushing the process? You're doing good, you're losing the weight, right? You changing your diet, you changed your mindset. Why are you trying to rush the process? In my mind, I'm thinking I wanted to be a certain way, a certain weight by the time I got to the Bahamas in July. And it's still possible. So I don't want to cause anxiety, cause a depression, and then cause myself to quit. I don't want to do that. And so, listen, I want you all to get on board with yourself, not with what everybody else is doing. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for encouraging me to do this. But I have to dig my boots down in myself and start making it happen. Now, a pattern about me. When I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, I start to spend. I start shopping and shopping, just buying stuff. And I had to stop this week and ask myself, why are you back in this cycle of shopping? Why are you going back to buying and spending? Something I'm trying to fulfill, right? And so the fulfilling comes with not feeling satisfied with where I am on my journey. And I can only be honest, right? I'm not going to keep pumping this up and pumping this up and pumping this up. And um, I'm struggling on a journey. No, listen, it's time to roll up your sleeves and say, listen, I'm struggling, right? I really need to buckle down and get a grip on myself and pull myself back together, right? And so I'm going to share this. I think this is the right one. I'm going to share this. This journey for me has been, I can't explain it. So I created this. You may have seen this. You may have seen this, right? And so this is what I've been using as a motivation for me. Now, somewhere on one of these, I have my code, which will help you. If I can't pull it up here, I will definitely put it in the link below so that you can get on the journey, be patient with yourself. We can support one another, right? Because everybody deserves somebody that says, listen, I'm struggling. I'm trying, but I'm struggling, right? And I need some support or I need some help or something like that, that you don't have to go at this journey completely alone, not completely, right? And so what I'm looking for now is the code right here in my other phone um, that I have. I just hate when stuff keep popping up on the phone when you're trying to do stuff. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. But I know the code is la 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 la. Maybe I'll just post it below because I don't see it right now. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show y'all this picture of me. I got to really go up some. I'm going to show y'all this picture of me um, on this journey. No, it's not on that one, but the journey is journeying. Let me just say that. And so I had a whole lot of stuff going on all at one time. Um, this may not be a good picture, but this was before the journey began. That's me in September, January 8th. I said September. And here's a good one. You see that? All of this, all of that, right? So that's my goal, is to cut all of that stuff right there out, right? And then sometimes, when we taking pictures, sometimes we unconsciously suck our gut in and don't even realize. Oh, here's another good one. Here's a good one. Look at this. That's Big Mama right there, right? You see that? This was December. There's the date there. That was December. 2025. And so that was at a women's event. Here's another good one. You see that belly? See? And so I am really, really working, trying to stay motivated and get moving, right? Get back moving, right? I'm a moody. How many of us do things out of mood? I'm a moody person. Some decisions that I make, some behaviors that I have are from moods. I only eat certain things if I'm in the mood. I only deal with people if I'm in the mood. Um, I do certain activities if I'm in the mood. Other than that, but being on this journey, I can't let my moods determine how far I go and how much success I have. So, listen, let's get this journey going. Let's get it popping around these parts. Get on your Mochi. Um, I'll drop the link below where it'll save you $40 on your first encounter with Mochi Health. Listen, they are on it. They right there. They meet your budget. You can stop and pause. You got a nutritionist, you got a specialist, you got a variety of specialists. So I chose an African American woman because I'm an African American woman, right? And I figured she could understand my culture and and so I just did not want somebody to give me medical experience. I want somebody to give me cultural experience as well. So how are you doing? How are you doing on your journey? Are you losing the weight? Are you trying to lose the weight? Are you struggling? What's your story? Right? Tell your story. I'll listen, right? That's what I do for a living anyway. Tell your story. I want to know. I want to know what your journey has been, for what it's been like for you, how many months you've been on your journey, how many weeks and days you've been on your journey. There's no great, there's no small. Only thing that matters is that we make some type of progress every week. Because Mochi Health, your shots, if you're doing the shots are every week, every 7 days, and the medicine runs in your body for 6 days, right? And I noticed that because before I got this upgrade in my terzepatide and with B12, I was having headaches at the end of my cycle of the first weeks. So I'm like, oh, I got the headaches, I got the dizziness, and I can't I can't take it. So after I had been on it for some months, I don't have no more. I have little bouts with nausea, which is good because I was like, nope, I don't want it. And then I bought a big giant bag of Lifesavers. They're buried down in my bag. So I bought a big giant bag of Lifesavers. So I would suck on a Lifesaver here and there when my mouth feels. And my lips up here, I don't know if you guys can see it up here. They've been really dry. And then I didn't think about the dehydration part of it. I have to hydrate, right? And so I bought these little pouches. Let's see if one of these, here it is. I bought these little pouches, right? And so it gives, it says energy, but this is the I can't even think of the word right now. My mind drawing a blank. It helps you to stay hydrated, right? And so I was trying to see if I had one of the other ones in my bag. I keep these in my lunch bag, when I feel dehydrated. And so you gotta hydrate, guys. You really do have to hydrate. I mean, I really don't have no more. It's the same one that I have in here, but you have to hydrate. You got to get your water in. I love coffee. I keep one of these with me. I bought a 40 pack. It's in the backseat of my car. I bought it yesterday. So this is maybe I have 3 left of the first 40 pack that I bought. So I have 3 of those left from last month. And so I think I'm doing pretty good with the water. I can do better. I definitely can do better. But I'm trying, y'all. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel when you're not seeing fast results like you want to. Because anything fast, you miss some of the journey, right? You miss some of the story that you can tell, hey, that can help somebody else along the way, right? And so I said, I just wanted to tell my little story, my little journey. Um, I hope this encourages somebody. I'm not coming on here trying to pretend like, hey, I got it all together and I got all the answers because I don't have all the answers, but I'm trying, honey. I'm like being on a bike for the first time and I'm just going and going and going and going and going, feet sliding off the pedals, all of that stuff. But I'm just not going to quit. I'm just not. I learned my lesson. I went to the gym. I got on this thing that looks like a oh my god, elliptical, but it's not. It's called a glider. And the glider, it tells you to get on that step. You got to ride it like a bike. It's pedals. You got to pedal it with your arms and your legs, and it works your abs and it works your arms. And I was like, oh, when I got off of that for 3 days, my legs felt like they was burning on the outside of my thighs. So I was like, what we doing? I don't want to be in no pain. I know they say no pain, no gain. I got into water aerobics and I like the water aerobics because I'm a communitarian. I'm one of them people that like to be in stuff with groups of people, right? And so I met it was a lot of senior citizens. I mean, I'm 57, but I consider myself, I'm not an old 57. I still, you know, and so it was a lot of older senior citizens in there. And so, listen, get in where you fit in, make it work for you, make it happen, do what you do. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't waste all that money buying this journey and then quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. All right. Listen, thank you for stopping by. Let it be to me too. Listen, let it be to me is about the journey, honey. It's about your journey. It's about my journey. It's about our journey as a whole. Listen, you stay encouraged along the way. Drop me a post. I'm going to put the discount code in the link down below. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me and listening tonight.